What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever.
Period,
Here,
period, period.
Pharaoh. Lee is your co-host, and we're here to give y'all an update.
Another
Yeah. Now, if
update
y'all haven't
and
been watching
another
our other updates, go watch our other updates.
now immediately. Another
Occasionally.
occasional update, not daily, occasionally.
An occasionally recap. But boom, make sure you watch our other updates because, baby, you're going to need to know that information to know this information.
Or
So,
just
on
keep up
our
with the
very
feed.
last one, we told y'all how. Period. We told y'all how one alliance had gotten formed. It was the big family style alliance. And that is going to be pulled up on the motherfucking screen if you're looking, but it is Jag kind of created this alliance. It's going to be, damn, why is this not sliding over for nothing? What the hell? It is Jag, Riley, and Blue. They're at the core of it. And then after Jag, Riley, and Blue, they added in Matt and Cameron to make the a five-person alliance. And then America, Cory, and Jarrett were three tag-alongs. Now, shit has shifted. If you're looking at the screen, some shit has shifted, so I have to shift how I look.
Yeah.
Because, girl, we're going to get into the tea. So that alliance was created, and Jarrett was the last person to really know all the people who were in it. But when Jarrett found out everyone who was in it, he did what he needed to do and told his Mama Sari, who he calls Mama.
Child.
Girl.
Call Sari and Felicia Mama throughout the entire day. So does Izzy, which is random, child. But
we're here. So Jarrett goes and tells Sari all of the people who were in the alliance. He lists off everybody, and basically Sari kind of already knew, really. Yeah. But it just confirmed it. Confirming it really put a little sauce into that side because, of course, Sari let her allies know Izzy knew because Jarrett told Izzy too. And they decided they needed to form something quick. So there were a lot of conversations that happened with that side. Jarrett's information let them know that Red was not with that side and that Luke was not with that side. So they were like, okay, we can get Red. So let's get Red. He hovers around us anyways. He's always with us. He's in the same room. So Red and them started talking game a lot. So they're basically in on Red. Yeah. And they all formed the alliance, the Bye Bye Bitches. I think the official Bye Bye Bitches is just Felicia, Izzy, Sari, Bowie, and McCall, right?
Yeah, so they were in the room together. And I love this conversation so much because Felicia, Auntie came here to play, okay? Y'all need to stop playing on her time, okay? She's 63 and she's one of the more strategic persons in this game. Let's keep it a buck. Because she was telling them it was, like Pharaoh just mentioned, it was McCall, Sari, Bowie, and Izzy in the room. And they were just discussing how basically the sides and knowing, because Jarrett's information helped confirm that Blue in America is with the other side. So they figured out, okay, we kind of all we got, really. And Felicia was telling them, like, okay, guys, it's time to formulate. She said specifically, if we wait too long, we cannot get plus ones. We become the plus ones, which I just thought was, I mean, it was some great strategy, actually, because, like, it's literally in their faces. But when she said it, it's like, they're like, we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to. And she kind of basically got up and said, no, we're the bye-bye bitches. That's what we are, because it gave, like, they were not trying to solidify. They were not trying to just say, we're all together. So she was like, no, we're the bye-bye bitches plus Hisam. Let's stop all the bullshit. They're solidifying. We need to go ahead and solidify. Let's get this out of the way. So I really, really love that. And I love this group so much.
Yes. So it's basically all of those people in the back room. So Sari, Izzy, Bowie, McCall, Felicia, Hisam is with them, and they know they have Red, basically. And some of them are aware that Jarrett is a double agent, that Jarrett is working for the other side, but they got him. And really, it's Sari, Izzy, and Felicia who kind of know that. And then
Felicia
the other
doesn't really know.
Barely even Felicia.
Yeah,
she's just like, down with the card.
Period.
Like, she's just down with it.
I honestly wish they would just be open with the rest of the Bye Bye Bitches about Jarrett, because it's like they're trying to approach it like they know that Jarrett's on the bottom. Jarrett has expressed that he's on the bottom, so that we know we can have trust in him. But I feel like there are certain things, it just doesn't make sense. Like, Izzy is very open with information around him. Sari is very open with information around him. Jarrett is walking around. Exactly. Jarrett is walking around the entire house telling people that is Mama Felicia, Mama Sari, I have them in my back pocket. And Izzy is right attached to that because the quiet is kept. Izzy, Felicia, and Sari are walking around talking to nobody but themselves all damn day. No shade to my sisters. I love them. Minus Izzy, no shade. But all I talk to is themselves. So it's like, I just feel like that's gonna get a little bit awkward as it keeps going along. Like not even just for the other side, but the people in their group. Like someone like Hisam, who's very perceptive, can clock. Like, why are they so close with him? Like, it's like I feel like they have trustworthiness in him that, I mean, from the outside looking in, doesn't seem earned, but it's literally only because he's related to Serene, and Izzy knows.
Yep. That's literally it. But that's basically the sides. Kind of so we think, because we kind of think it's a firm, big group over there, except for Jared, and then it's kind of like a firm group over here. But we find out some mixing and mingling. Let's start off with like the more simple mixing and mingling. So first of all, Blue has a connection with Izzy and Hisam that had been growing and growing, and there was it's weird because it's like she wants it to be a thing, but she doesn't want it to be a thing the way they're wanting it to be a thing, because basically they're all agreeing that, we're the queer people in the house. We need to have this queer connection. We need to make sure that we get into the end or whatever. And Blue is in the group, but she also told her entire alliance multiple times about the group over and over and over again.
Because their strategy was the onion, but they also wanted to implement the cookout parachute strategy as well. So they were trying to have their plus ones, and the only person who's working on it is Blue, really. Like no one else is necessarily working on it. So she is thoroughly trying to bring in Hisam and Izzy. But the issue is she's not trying to go against her morals by sticking to just a queer alliance that she knows she's not going to be actually loyal to.
She's not going to be loyal to, yeah. And this is the thing, Lee, you said this off the podcast. Basically, they keep talking about this big alliance, the family style. They keep talking about how they need to make sure, we have Serene and Izzy, and we need to make sure we have these people. But that doesn't work unless you're actually forming an alliance with them. Yep. And what Blue is doing is she is trying very hard to create some type of alliance, an actual she wants it to be her and Jag and Hisam and Izzy, or her, Jag, and Riley, or maybe her, Jag, and she's like, literally, we need to make an alliance
group.
With
and she wanted to,
and that's really good.
She wants to add in like Jag and Riley because so she doesn't feel like she's going against her morals. So it's like, well, this isn't just a queer alliance because we have Jag in it, we have Riley in it, and it does cause like Jag and Riley to try and have some connection with Hisam, mainly Jag, but it doesn't really work because Jared has ratted the entire alliance out. So at this point, any activeness that this side tries to do with the Bye Bye Bitches is not going to work because they're all very much aware, except Red a little bit. They haven't filled Red in too much. But everyone on that other side knows who's in that group, and they're not going to believe any of it. So it sucks because I think Blue is such a good player, but I just wish she stayed in the middle more instead of just choosing a side. She could have been a great middle player, and she's really getting fucked up because Jared ratted out the entire group. It sucks.
Yeah. And the thing is, with Jag and his connection to Hisam, I think it's going to come up more. It hasn't come up more yet. But Jag and Hisam mentioned, kind of similar to the Blue Izzy Hisam thing. Like, Jag and Hisam was like, we're two brown people. We're both from Middle East, South Asian area. So we need to stick together as brown boys, is what they said. So that was a vague conversation that they had, kind of recognizing they're on different sides of the house. But it only happened once. We'll have to see.
It's probably never going to happen again.
Right. It could, but we'll see. Because when it comes to like the representation of it all, sometimes that shit is really in people's minds. Like Blue and Jag have a really good relationship. Blue and Hisam have a really good relationship. Like when it comes to identities being similar, it really does stick in the back of people's minds all the time. So,
and you also can't bring it up and then turn on him. Like if you say this and then put him up next week, it'll look kind of weird.
That's what I'm saying. So we'll see how that goes. But I think Jag was probably mentioning it, knowing that Blue was trying to make this group with Hisam anyways. But we'll see how that goes. But the main thing we need to focus on between the two sides is Cory.
Yes.
Lee, what's Tia?
So Miss Izzy. Izzy is stressing everybody and their mama out because
I like Izzy. Y'all, a lot of people don't like her.
Izzy does a lot. Izzy does a lot of this, and she needs to be doing this. Mute. Wait, look around, everybody go mute. That's what Izzy needs to motherfucking do because she just talks too damn much. So basically, the side is formulated. They understand who's on whose side. Boom, you get an update on Twitter. Izzy wants to try and bring in Cory. So I hop my ass on the feeds, and she is actively saying, okay, well, we try and reel in Cory to our side. We can flip him. And I'm just like, Izzy, girl, can you actually do this? Like, you don't talk to nobody but Felicia and Serene. So she had a good conversation with Cory, and Cory expressed in this conversation that essentially he realizes that he's not in the core of the 8-person alliance. He didn't say the 8. They're being very vague, but he's just realizing he's not in the core. And this is where Izzy scares me in the combo, because she mentioning like, okay, well, I mean, I like Jared. I like Sari. Have you tried talking to those people and things like that? And Cory was just like, I mean, I haven't really tried talking to Jared like that. And Izzy was like, yeah, I mean, we don't talk game or anything like that, but you know, it's all been personal, but I feel like, you know, he might be in the same boat as you. And Cory was like, I mean, yeah, I may need to just talk to him. So maybe we can just, you know, keep an eye out for each other. And I like what Cory is doing, because when the 8 was formed, the 5 handful were in the room, and Cory passed by it like twice and saw the whole group in there. And then he later came in that night, and that's when they kind of clued him and America into the 8. So Cory is very aware that there was a core, and then he's the outlier. So what he's trying to do, unlike people like America or Cameron, he's actively trying to set up these relationships with the other side, like with McCole, now with Izzy. And then after the Izzy conversation, he actually does go to Jared, and they share with each other that they feel like they're 7 and 8. They feel like they're at the bottom, and they decide that they want to kind of look out for each other, work with Sari, work with Izzy, you know, kind of be like a 4 in the middle of the game. Now, Jared is straight up lying, because, of course, he's only looking out for himself, Sari, and Izzy. He says later in the night that he might even put him up if he gets HOH. But Cory is kind of starting to pull a little bit away from the big 8. Now, it's not necessarily in the bye-bye bitches or, you know, working with them, but I think he can be persuaded to throw the HOH. Like, I don't think Cory is going to want to win, because he's set up with McCole, he's set up with Izzy and Sari. You know?
Let's get into the McCole combo, because we never really talked about it. I don't think, or at least explain it a little bit more, because basically what happened was similar to Jag and Hisam a little bit. It was a not too deep, but a vague conversation between Cory and McCole that was talking about some, you know, we're both on different sides, kind of, I think. Yeah. And it would be great, kind of, I think, for us to be together. Each other, maybe. McCole or at least was on the bottom of this side. But now she's kind of climbing up already, because I think Red is a little below her, and Hisam probably is going to be a little bit below her, because he probably is going to go home. No shade. But McCole is climbing up, but she was towards the bottom, and so was Cory, and they kind of had an agreement like, we could maybe look out for each other. So when Cory was talking to Jared about a group, he mentioned McCole. He was like, you know, Sari and Izzy and McCole. And it's like, okay, that's good for her, for mamas. But yes, it's interesting, because Cory's mindset seems like he doesn't want to work with these people. But one, Jared's not working with them at all. Yeah. And if Cory doesn't even want to work with them, baby, they don't have Luke in the alliance. It's only 6 of them. It's really only 6. If you're looking at the picture, it's really just Jag, Riley, Blue, Matt, America, and Cameron alone, and no one else.
And they don't even include America in the core,
which means 11 people are. It's really 11 versus 6. It sounds crazy to say, but it's
that's mainly if the bye-bye bitches win. If anyone in that 8 do win, they're probably going to stay in power for the next week or so. And I think the main reason why Cory isn't able to get brought in, which is the main topic of the day, is that Hisam does not like that man at all. Because I think Cory is full force Izzy is full force wanting to bring him in, but Hisam hates that man. So the main conversation of the night, which people are a little bit divided on, a lot of people like Cory, which I was shocked by, because I really didn't like Cory until yesterday. No shade. Was Hisam is in the room with the bye-bye bitches, essentially. It's Felicia, McCole's in there, Bowie, Izzy. Cory comes in just to ask a question, and he pops out. And Hisam is just like, I don't like him. He's a liar. I do not like him at all. And if Sari brings up a situation that happened in the kitchen, and this is where a lot of people are like, Hisam is being a quotations mean girl. He's like a bitch, you know. Basically, there was a conversation between Cory and Hisam in the kitchen, and Cory had asked him, well, I thought you wanted to sleep on a hot dog bed. And apparently Hisam replied, you really thought that? I was being nice to you. Okay, Richard George. He said something else, I think referring to the veto, like, oh, the minute this thing fell over, I would have stopped. And Hisam apparently said in his face, I don't believe that. Yeah. So Hisam is very actively against Cory. Cory also, for the past few days they've been in this game, has been kind of trying to drag Hisam's name through the mud. So it's a little bit justified. I don't know. But he really just went on a tangent. He says, like, basically, he's trying to play stupid. I don't think he's pre-law. I think he's in law school. His last name is Worthington or something. He has a rich
He
white
don't
boy
even know
name.
he don't know this man first or last name, y'all.
So
He don't know this man's name at
and the
all.
girls didn't like it. The girls was like, they feel like he was being mean to Cory, like he was doing too much. Like, I didn't care that much. But hey,
I don't care that much either. I don't think he was being mean. He definitely wasn't being mean. Well, I need to watch the video of what he said to Cory about the little hot dog thing. If it was given like, "Why are you talking to me?" Then it's like, "Ooh." But in this little rant, it's like he just ranting. I'm not the biggest fan, but I'm also not that mad. Like, I mean, he's saying what he said. What he said.
Definitely nearly not as nasty as like 24. I don't think anything that anyone has done so far, other than the isolation of
slick slide
Kirsten,
comments.
But it's not even. I wouldn't even compare it to Taylor's. Like Taylor's was really, really, really nasty.
Nasty and bad.
But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Hisam has one veto, and he is also not going to use. Yep. So likely Kirsten will be going home. But that's the sides, child, and that's the tea.
That's the tea. I think this is gonna be like the main layout of the season, like the main size of the season. It's probably just gonna stay this way for a while. Of course, with the interconnections, Cory, Jared, Blue, all of that shit. So yeah, I mean, hey, check us out on Tuesday because we'll be giving a full weekly live feed update, like recap of everything of the week, and then we'll be rating the players. Check us out on Thursday right after eviction. We're going live or whatever. Make sure y'all follow us at T Reality Kingdom on Twitter because we'll be giving updates on Twitter too or whatever. So, period. Thanks for tuning in, and we out.